Okay, when you call this number, you're going to get a recording, and it's going to tell you for a new intake. To make an intake appointment, you got to press.
Whatever you give me, okay, then I will.
And then when you press 3, it's going to ask you.
I will do whatever.
When you
give me this information,
okay.
then that will be enough.
I just want to tell, when you press 3, when you press the prompt.
You don't need to tell me that thing, okay?
All right.
You are saying this is the only way, and the only way to go through so-called to get whatever the so-called.
You want to.
So-called the APS.
You want to apply for a housing voucher. Okay? The name of the housing voucher is this, City Sahet. Okay?
Cannot apply from any city government agency?
No. Only
so they control this kind of a voucher stuff thing. So that's what are you saying? CD what? FA.
That's how it is. FHETS.
HETS. Okay.
You want me to give you information on what to do, right? So that's what I'm doing.
No, I will just.
We don't. Because we don't provide housing for you.
No, I was saying whether there would be any possible for the government agency like the APS to delay their eviction order. I say what I need to say about the fact and truth. Although this kind of American government, they would propaganda how justice they think they claim they are, okay? But how just they are. Okay. But I would just say that the real things and the real what they have provided. Okay?
So Mr. Wang,
you are just saying only a house and voucher, yeah?
Mr. Wang, when APS came to your home before, that was me, and I'm trying to get an attorney to represent you in court.
It doesn't matter.
Hold on, please.
I have the recordings, okay?
You refused.
I have the recording. You don't need to change the history. You don't need to change the record. Remaking the record.
Can you please hold on?
For what?
Okay.
For wasting my time, it's different than the so-called Marshalls would come on that day. How powerful they are. How powerful they are.
You can go to the shelter with your wife.
I don't, even homeless people wouldn't like the so-called shelters. It's probably just a fucking English name. If really it's a likable place, I believe the homeless people would go over there. They are not all stupid.
So when we tried to intervene and give you an attorney, you refused. You went to court.
Stop! I say, stop. Keep
Mr. Wang, hold on, please.
Yeah, I just telling you. You don't need to waste your time and my time on trying to recreate or fabricating history. Okay?
I want to make a point if you would.
It's just there. I have had. You need to hear me. Give me some time for me to talk. I have had a so-called representative or attorney about my injuries from the actual murder, from the work. It's also called a code, okay? For the whatever housing code, there is just a shame. I have that, all these recordings too. It's a shame. It's a shame, okay? It's nothing real. They don't address any real matters. They are the vicious cowards, only driving people into demise, despair and demise.
Do you have a letter from the Marshal?
I do not get such kind of order yet, okay? I have not got such order yet. I haven't, you hear me? you see here, okay? I just let you see the thing. I put it, okay? So I haven't even got a postal mail about the so-called civil court, the decision of eviction in the postal mail yet, okay? I asked them about their thing that they just want to kind of fabricate things with claims and other ways, okay?
Well, you understand that the landlord does not want you here. He wants you out. So there's not much you can really do.
Oh, you don't just say that, okay? The landlord side after like this. Why don't you just like on the recording? You see?
No, I'm not.
You see. Otherwise, then it's done, right? Because you are not going to say because you are not really going to provide anything, right?
Are you on medication, sir?
So you are not going to provide anything else, right?
I gave you an agency that you can call.
It's just like church. You are saying that only get a house and voucher from this.
It's an organization and they do lots of things. So you can apply for a
I will see. I will think about it. I will make my informed decision on this. Okay? If you are not, there's nothing else you can really do about this. Then we say goodbye to each other.
Okay. So
right?
when you're asking the marshal for more time, do you have?
I'm not asking the marshal because I don't know who they are. They come from where? Okay? I don't know about that. They might fabricate things. No, I'm going to record recording this whatever you are saying. Otherwise, later you will say this and might be differently in another way.
I gave you the information. The Catholic Charities. I will call you later on today, Mr. Wang, so that you can talk. Okay?
So what else?
Are you going to allow me to go into the apartment?
For what? Huh? I'm asking you for what?
Because you made a referral to our agency.
I say for what? For you to go inside. I'm worried about being murdered. Well, you might pull out a gum or clean things and call other cowards with gums to come in. Because everything can happen, okay? Because that's really what have happened on code, the so-called legal code.
You have my contact information, right?
No. Just on that piece of paper. So that's it. I say, Miss Menzies, that's it. I have said, and I have emailed before the so-called pre-trial, even before the pre-trial, about what's going on. You mean the HRA? Huh?
That's my contact information I'm providing for you.
You mean this? Yeah, you don't need to provide another such copy. I got this already from this mailbox. Okay, I already got this. So I already got this from the copy you dropped in on July 27th.
Have you tried to go to anybody, any agencies for housing? Because there is something called Housing Connect. You can sign up for the lottery. on the computer? Do you have access to a computer?
You don't need to keep asking me on things you really cannot help. Okay?
I'm giving you some resources for affordable housing.
Then I try to ask you briefly, I'll answer you briefly. In 2017, this landlord, why you interrupting me?
Because
I say, in 2017, the landlord and his accomplices used the human scams, so-called Department of Housing, come here, say this is a so-called illegal kind of conversion and then so-called illegal rental. And then there was in year 2017, there was doing the eviction. The landlord was pushing me outside already. And then, of course, I was created an account on the so-called Department of Housing or whatever, that kind of fucking thing for that. Of course. And now soon I got lost my got injured and lost the job and I even lost the so-called worst compensation payment. So where the source, that so-called housing almost all need minimum kind of income for family or whatever size. So I don't even meet with that. And of course, nobody called me. Nobody contacted me on that kind of so-called housing. It's all fucking bogus for the evil American system, the New York City system. Nothing provided. It's only just by the words, by the name. There are no housing, real house be available.